country.
Okay, so you attended the Peace and Reconciliation ceremony initiated by former Representative Doma. What do you make of this activity today? What you saw today during the program?
Yes, it was so great. I highly appreciate Doma for the step he was taking in the district of bringing the people together. You know, it's very good as a leaders, as you let the leaders as a credit. And you have credit the leaders to bring peace among the people, if it's all for people. So for him, not in power today, to think that my people they gave me a credit before that I should unite my people, although I left the power and another person is in a position today, but I still need to bring my people back together so at least we can move our district forward in development, in peace, in making anything possible for our people to enjoy their district and their country alive.
So, what was the message today during the reconciliation ceremony?
Oh yes, I think it was very clear. Although I spoke the language for our people to understand because I'm a traditional man, so I will not be among my chiefs and elders. So I begin to speak the English. So that's will not look somehow good. So that's the reason my message was given in a manner that. So, like, you know, people, we appreciate Doma, and I give few parallel to everyone, every leaders as a whole. So, you know, sometimes people will say some negative thing or some people will say some positive thing. You don't have to attack somebody's view or understanding or way of talking. So that's why everybody have the freedom to say what they want to say. But like me, our leaders today, the senator of Nima County today, he was made by us. He was made by us traditionally, and everyone saw it. It was not in Haiti, it was not behind the house. We made Senator Koga as our senator in this country. So now he's our leaders of this country. So any kind of way that he want to use the power as we are already made him, it's an elected position. So he have the right. So we will always guide him to tell him this is why you should do, this is why we want you to do. So if Senator Koga can call us today, so-called elders that went moreover among the peace building program in Bankway, to say so-called elders that went to moreover to buy sympathy for somebody because they want the person, they want something from the person, or they are working the government. Yes, it really surprised up to date. So mostly surprising because at the time we were making you, we were not a so-called elders, chief, traditional leaders to buy sympathy from somebody. But today we are made you to become a leaders. You are calling all the so-called elders and chiefs that went to Moreover to buy sympathy from the vice president. We never went Moreover to buy sympathy.
So you mean you are disappointed in a remark?
Oh yes, I'm disappointed in the remark. But nothing else that you can do. As long as you are made somebody, you just need to give the person their chance to exercise their power in any way they want to exercise. But as far as concerned, Senator Koga is our leaders. I will always respect him as a senator. Anything that you made, you cannot move from behind it. Except if the person that you may want to distance his or herself from you, well then no problem, because we the same people that made you, where we stand to make you, is still with us, and we are still living in the country, and another time will come, you will still need us to make you. So that's the right to go ahead.
The senator said you guys are buyers, you are on payroll, you are protecting your job. You don't want to talk between your sons in a rightful way to be dismissed. What do you have to say about this?
No, as I told you, Senator Koga has been elected by us. He has more years. Senator Johnson have from now to 2032. And the 2032 is the 10 years of Senator Johnson. Senator Koga now enjoying, and he will enjoy it for more time. And
yes. For example, the China boy, but he had a mother who was so, and the mother died. He had a child there. They said the child is our mother who pays up. He's on soul. When your daughter said, how you call? How you call? The person who Even if you born that child and your mom, she's small you born when you say, Mama, Allah, and you went to get up. Nobody forced anybody. Nobody beat anybody. He said, second one will replace Prince Johnson. Were you allowed to call to be distressed in the public? No. They call do one thing. You people know who your brother is or you will say on radio. Any of you today, brother, I'm a father tradition. You can say, okay. Because my mom is still here. But I respect you because I'm a father. Besides that, you went to get up. I'm a respect you. You respect a two-way street. There's too much of security. What part of you will protect you? I will not do it. I'm clear. I'm going to tell you. So, when you talk about golf, why? You want me to tell? Tell me what I said. I think you never said. You let someone test. When the vice president I think 1979 or 1978, something in between there. When he died, the first person that the government went together and need to be the vice president of that head throne. When they decided to make that head the vice president, main robber, a bishop, she went to tower and told her you want to make a door. They called the covenant born to be vice president to you. I had to deny him and told Bishop Wonder to be vice president. When that year don't either kind of a zealot, that high place, yet Tony for the Ufrato as the father of the country. You know so? Mother Bar, hello? Mother Bar became vice president, later became head of state of the board. You now became president? Huh? You are referred to Princess Yawa, godfather. You know so? Why who said because Mother Bar as a president, we should never be a godfather? Because they had a fight dedication by law of a country as a senator. Allah. The senator is the one person. The two senators are the first government officials for our country. And then in the senator, the representative time they say also that there, when they go, either to the vice president or to go to the president. You can't be a referee and still not be a football player. You ever see it before? No. You were cheap. When you used to come on over, who are you? The reason why the law says no two persons should come from, no vice president and president should come from one country. You know the law there? Because when you are vice president, you no more country person, you for the nation. When you president, you no more country person, you for the nation. It's a little demarcation, very clear, so for me, honesty. Come on, we can be two fucking things. People look at it otherwise. When you refer to a boy guy today as a governor for Lofa, you honor money a position. Not bad. I won't talk to you. You're not going to hate me yourself. But everybody is happy, my man. You know, man, I preach. So now you are talking like you can't stand anymore. So, in the end, we done. I say, Sipia. Papa, na jega la lego, man, Samuel, go, me, koga. Nyega, you need a trouble. He want your Ghana be there. Me and Nagosia, Kelana, go up again, no be. Give a woman. I get me a bathroom there. Pamo will hear a bathroom again. You don't know, just in the way, but I don't know that we are on them. Back then, the meal you have a car over the government period, our government period, you will okay. You don't want to be. Yeah, but you know, me, I said, about one period. But when I go back, you get out, you can pay back, you go pay one back, and they don't really have to pay. One wire. Come on, okay. You don't get to let alone now, what I'm not. Never wear a frame or let me ensure that you make it way back in that way. My yes, my carpet. One day, but my day. One lambda. Nine go. Go away, me go toss. No tossing. Go on and come again, not care. You can't go for the I was saying, I will go there, Father, me put it on a place here. I give a clear, over there. Yeah. You know, you make a better man, young so who. You know, one way you get, but what they can't walk again and get. Because again, what I learned so much, I get and give them, okay, and you have a zero never got it. So now, make a radio, I can tell you go. No one knows your brother with the drama with you. No, okay. I'm going to tell you, no, dear, Mama. Don't know again, never know who happened to the yeah, put out 2 and we're breathing. And June said, and me and never was. I'm going to knock open up Fable, baby. But your mother come to there, never be the guy who got it. Be the day, I'm going to so, they got number phone, I never got I am on here. See my time, no two or will more there. A Japega, okay, Chevama, what is that? So get capacity, Capella. What the hell can you be the gun blasting the man? Yes. So, see a walk out there. Don't want to get a meal per year. They got more. The 200 yards, because you were about to go. And you are more top law, you go. Talking of food there. The rest of that bunny, that bunny, send you off bunnies here. You do what they don't do, we're all there. About I look at me never get to hold me. But you send me also on how passing. So now, come on, can you all know? Manu, I'm one day about it. Now, people will tell you, and so then. I'm going to phone up with a play on. So, now we saw them. Why not? And we get me one day, one again, and beggar, and we go again, and walk through. No, you're not going to do. Mika ko ka wo pe ya ke pa ka wo pa ko ko ni ka ko be ni ha wo ya ko pe ko la pe ke ko tele na ni na yo wa na da ni ko la They were side spring, they were not all about your beer. You got for your beer, they don't have any dog. Yeah, that's true. Because they won't look there, only walk at door, only mace and more. You know, come on, you go. You are mace and me, I call, or keep for President Pierre, tell a mere guy. One day, when I got back, that president gave me a boy. That's one day, never get. Minister, never get superintendent. No, good thing, you not support it. The intimidation of our teams is getting too much. It's getting too much. How many players over they get it? And you intimidate them with power. You get car, the China get car. You get motorbike, the China get motorbike. And you can say, can't go today. When America can say you are suspended. It's wrong. country, in order to have peace, we must be truthful to each other. We are pretentious. We are not sincere to each other with peace. I told all of my staff, I said, anybody that see on the Facebook, I work in my office, that when you saw any leader, I will dismiss you. You understand? There are some leaders, they pay money so for people to go cost. If I do it, I will be cursed. Can't do that. I alone, my statement alone, in more than 10,000 Facebook. On top of one time, they call the whole. You don't get my pay, they don't pay them, they will pay that Facebook. They say that radio guy, who not the one, who are going to say so. Like I agree. I know I'm a Facebook. My one Facebook page, one comment, and more than 15 to 20,000 you want me talking. So I beg you, all the things you in trouble, Prince Johnson School, they say they not said it. Hello? You don't get lengthy, you can sell it? Huh? No. When they die, and you marry legally, who next in the family? Huh? Any child, one brought child guest that go to public and insult their parents, are they blessed? No. I don't have any. Then they say I should budget for that. I say no. Then they say, oh, for my people put it while I listen why I do it. Hello? I want you to listen to the silver
for your own tenure. So have you any somebody telling you? Those who made you, if you can call it today are more public, so-called, well, that's it. That's what I say. Everybody have their way of same thing, the way they want to run their leadership.
But according to you said the senator said that you people went to Monrovia not to call the two parties to settle their dispute in-house, but you wanted to buy sympathy. What was the actual mission to Monrovia as chief?
We did not go for investigation, and there was no investigation. Let me tell you something today. Before calling for a party for investigation or for settling team or choosing a venue, neutral ground, that should be, it should base upon the gratitude of that complaint or the gratitude of the issue that you want to discuss, that you want to have investigation between.
Who lay complaint to you?
No one. That's just what I'm saying. There's nobody lay complaint. And we went because the senator position is the biggest error in the country. So being the errors in the country, he went on media, he have a press release that was not satisfactory to us, the elders, the chief, the traditional leaders of the country. That's why we went to him, directly to tell him that what you do, we don't want you to do it again, and it will not look good. As an elder in the country, senator, do not carry Nima matter on media. If anything happens, any leaders are wrong you or make you vex or feel bad, come to us, we will address the person and we will call upon the person. That's what we want to do, because we avoid problem. So when there's no problem, we cannot hold problem there. What should we call the vice president for case with Senator Okoga? Senator Okoga did not compete to anyone.
The Heat, and it's certainly back on this identical platform on Cool 91.9, Cool Radio Online, Cool YouTube channel 2 as well at Cape News. We certainly back here this wonderful Wednesday, the main edition, a 15-day, 10-month. We are back. I'm Weekie Brook, sitting in for your usual host, producer, and presenter, Ambassador J. Natl B. Senior, who normally brings you all of the trending events in Liberia, Africa, and the rest of the world. You're going to have more to talk about today. Like we said earlier this morning, we bring in our lawmaker, our senators to the spotlight. They have returned. The 55th National Legislature have returned, and Liberia expect the most for them. But we'll play you these recordings because some of them are laughing on critical issues that they intend to address. But I like to say to all of you, keep watching, sharing as well. And tomorrow happens to be, the birthday of T. Romel C. Jackson, of Poly the Kedebe community, and you have it from your dad, Ruben C. Johnson, Elias Domat Fire, from the same address, one of our major staff here. And let me say happy pre-birthday to you, Salome Bine. You're going to be celebrating on Tuesday of next week. But this is it, and this is where we are. Keep following this broadcast, and all of you who join in the conversation, wherever you are, welcome.
The chief of Nimala, our vice president, my little brother, your son had done something to me, so I want your intervention for us to refuse or to not call it on a neutral ground. We went directly to Senator Johnson or Senator Koga alone.
You see this dissatisfaction between Koga and that of the vice president being settled?
There is no distance and there is no confusion and there is no misunderstanding. In my own understanding as media duo, I had not seen anything there because Vice President Kun did not
respond. Making reports to the colleagues and talking about some condition in their counties, the road, the health, the education, all of these things, but yet not taking the matter so seriously in the minds of so many folks because they're laughing until Senator Creighton Dongyal say, well, but we want to make this play as a fun-making area, then we can continue. But listen, this is Sir Joseph who started the discussion.
Please protect me.
Koga saying on media.
Koga announced it publicly on the media.
And you guys went to turn to settle the matter.
We went to him, the Koga, being the elders of the county senator, for going on media, not consulting us, the chief elder that made him senator. He did not make himself senator. We made him senator. So he had to consult us or tell us something. That one, when we heard him on media, it not suitable for our county. That's how we went to him to tell him. But today, if he can come publicly and tell us, and he backed off. When we went there, he was chewed us in a Koga, apologized, and gave us a token, a quota that he would never do shows again. If anything happened, will come in the country. So we now went for investigation. You cannot hold case to where there is no case. So Vice President Ku don't have anything against Koga, and I know Koga don't have anything against Vice President Ku.
But yeah, some of the very serious matter because this senator accused the CDC of burning his home in Congotra. And he directly speaking, while they laughing, he talking to Honorable Snow, I got 400,000 votes, and President Weah, former president, I got 100,000 votes in Masora. Listen to this and listen with comprehension because when you come and don't come with understanding, you know I can give to people.
Mr. President and colleagues, let me say thanks to you. Mr. President, permit me to raise some issues on behalf of the people of Maserati County. I'm one of the senators that represent Maserati. Maserati County, we are not happy. No consultations with decisions that have been made with actions in the county, most especially the activities of the Ministry of Public Works within Maserati County that have affected almost half of the district. This is the rainy season period. Some of those individuals, yes, we agree.
Constituency break, wanting to give information on their assessment, engagement, but turning up to something. Honorable Snow is there in the back telling St. Joseph, oh, you can get more votes than George we are in this country. And then they speak, the man who stands to speak at the time, the senator, he said, I got 400,000 votes, and the former president got 100,000. You know, what do they count for the Liberian people? These are for, you guys take your time to listen.
The government land, but some of them seek refuge during the civil crisis. Since 1990, they went into some of those communities. The president. as a government, it will be good if there should be some arrangement made by giving them some compensations. And there are areas where government have thousands of acres of land. In rural Montserrat County, government will give them some of those land, to resettle there. But to just break those horses down, and asking them to go somewhere is a difficult thing for the people of Montserrat County. In District 17, District 10, and District 6 and other districts. These are the issues that are affecting our county. Another thing I want to speak about is before, during our last section, I placed a communication on the floor about special need funds. The death cases at the hospitals are increasing on a daily basis. Most especially kidney failure cases. The dialysis machine that the government purchased is overwhelmed. I was shocked when I went there. And to use the dialysis machine is $300 per lap, which means you need 3 laps within a week. If you are doing $900 a day, a week, what becomes of somebody who cannot afford? So if you go there now, you notice that people are giving up. And where is this coming from? It's actually coming from the food that we're taking in. I want us to kindly look at the food regulating body, most especially.
So you got 1 minute left?
The food regulating body to look into that to see how best we can, they can look at the kind of food, the frozen food coming into the country, chicken wing, chicken legs, and what have you. Raising serious problem. We are expecting the Ministry of Commerce to focus into some of the things for the task force to do their job. I'm again appealing to this body for special need funds. There are some of our citizens who cannot afford the costs in the hospitals. If we can come up to give them some assistance, it will be needed. Again, I want to say, since 40 years, let me announce to this body that after speaking to the LIBERIA Legislative Corporation, as we speak, the work has started in Benton City, the capital city of Montserrat County, to have electricity and other communities surrounding there. So there are much more to talk about, but I want to focus on the activities of public work and that of the special need funds for the health sector. Thank you. Mr. President and colleagues, let me say thanks to you.
The voice of the Senator Sir Joseph of Mosora. Next, Senator Darius DeLon. They have gone back after the constituency break, but talking about some of the conditions, some of these things. But these are the folks who are there. Listen to Senator Darius DeLon.
I've been listening to Walker County, some of which I agree with him. I've been listening to my colleague from Walker County, some of which I agree with him. I'd like to make it clear, and we give God glory for our return. Mr. Presiding, our focus will be asking our colleagues to join us as before is to place even more premium on the labor ministry. The labor-related issue in this country is troubling. We need to look at it. We must be intentional about it. The labor minister increased work permit fees, which in his view was a solution to the issue we raised here, by the fact that the labor minister, instead of advertising jobs, vacancies, to allow Liberians, qualified Liberians.
Domestic there.
No, this is not domestic. I'm not coming there yet. You know, so one day, the thing I can tell you is the consultation will not be putting the microphone. I'm not using the microphone to campaign. I made it clear that 2029 is not in my sight. So what we must do here is for you not to be the laughing stock out there. We can create jobs and the executive give it out and then we're laughing and the poor insulting you every day. The labor minister gave out all the jobs. Imagine if you put 15,000 Liberians to work in the private sector. 500, 2,000, 300, 1,000, 10,000 Liberians got jobs in the private sector that we create. By the laws we pass, the concession we ratify. Imagine what will happen to the economy of this country. Imagine what will happen to the lives of our people. As we speak, President, I have good, credible information that cannot be disputed. That over 600 work permits just at B Mountain expired more than 3 months ago. And the people that are working on expired work permits. So most of them they are drivers, plumbers, electricians. No Liberian. No Liberian. We cannot create the law, provide the environment, ratify concession agreements, and we send out the labor minister, in my view, sell the job for work permit. And we think we're supposed to be laughing. I will not. I'm not using the microphone to campaign for politics. Since 2024, I don't have time. I'm weak, sick. 2, Mr. President.
1 minute.
Yes, sir.
I heard on you know, weak, sick.
Yeah. I don't have problem. You gotta have a body. Which is one government who can laugh, another government who can laugh. I'm sick of it. FPRC has been existing on Article of Incorporation. When it comes for reform, that's what we have. I'll be proposing, working with the executive of FPRC, to submit an act to establish FPRC by law.
This includes
As consultant.
So, the bill will be submitted in this quarter, in the next few days, will also include for the legislature and the Senate, especially the people of the Senate, to review the MPA Act to bring it up to speed. Lastly, Mr. President, colleagues, everything you do here to fight drug, as far as the people know, the legislature is doing nothing, let us know. Colleagues, sorry, thank you. Liberia has one of the best drug laws passed by you, passed by us. But every time they get one German law outside there, they ask what the lawmakers are doing. Because the executive is not enforcing the law. So, presiding, in my closing, I'm also in the city in the next 2 weeks. I'll be submitting a bill to amend the authority of Criminal Code D. Criminal Code D was established purposely with authority to fight armed robbery cases. The other criminal code in this country, especially at the table of justice, the dockets are overflooded. So drug-related cases that go down the ladder of the docket because there are other cases. I'll be submitting for your consideration to amend the authority of Criminal Code D to give it concurrent jurisdiction over armed robbery and drug cases so that we can fast-track the prosecution. We do all of these things as the legislature. If the executive don't prosecute,
You didn't have to look at the big law.
and the judiciary in sentence people according to the law, they will look at the law with the legislature doing nothing. We say send people to jail for drug. They could send somebody drug-related cases to jail for 4 years. When the law said 10 years and above. So for me, it's about reform, it's about us seeking to leave legacy. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you, colleagues.
I greet you in the name of the Almighty God. During the recess, we have some challenges in getting to part of the county because of the road and the rainy season. However, we will be in the middle of November, we'll be going back to visit those areas that we were not able to visit with the We want to also bring to your attention that the city of Buchanan, the process through which the previous government started with rural electrification, and I want to stress this because I was a party on the first trip with President Weah to Europe where we brought up the issue of rural electrification. And so Grand Bassa County is now becoming a recipient of the work that we did then. We're proud to say that today. I already mentioned it, Senator McGill, and I'm sure you know what I'm talking about.
Thank you for the information.
The other issue that I want to raise, my colleagues, my distinguished colleagues, thank you. My distinguished colleagues, I want to say that this term, I also will be producing. Thank you. I want to also bring to your attention on the national level that I will be proposing an amendment to the revenue law on royalty for minerals. I believe that it is time now for Liberia to benefit from its natural resources and to maximize that. Yes, there will be a lot of consultation on this level, but I intend to do that. On the issue of the budget, public corporations, I will serve notice to my colleagues that I will not vote for a budget this year, for next year, 2026, if the executive don't take action on public corporations officials who have refused to pay the dividends, the assessment that they've been assessed. The time has come now for us to face each other and say the facts must be presented, that you cannot take public money and use it the way you want to use it. I will not vote for the budget. If LPRC will pay the assessment, the full assessment that was assessed 2025, and NPA doesn't pay the full assessment that was assessed 2025, Mr. Presiding Officer, distinguished colleague, I think it's unfair. We want to serve a notice that this legislature should not be taken for granted. We spend our time with budget hearings, we read, we analyze, and we put a lot of energy and time into it. And for one or two persons to come and say to us that we don't know what we are doing, that's unfair. Mr. Presiding Officer, distinguished colleagues, I will not be giving freely. I think it's unfair. We want to serve a notice that this legislature should not be taken for granted. We spend our time with budget hearings, we read, we analyze, and we put a lot of energy and time into it. And for one or two persons to come and say to us that we don't know what we are doing, that's unfair. Mr. Presiding Officer, distinguished colleagues, I will not be giving 3 minutes, and you are already done my notice.
Good afternoon, colleagues, and welcome back to all of us. The speakers in break. Everyone has an opportunity to receive many parts of our county. Colleagues, I have the floor. And the floor, we're saying back to everyone's floor. One of the areas I pay attention to during my break was the area of education. And I spend a good amount of time visiting schools, in addition to providing financial support to students and even financial support in terms of materials and what have you to institutions. But what I observed, colleagues, is very serious. And this is where I'm coming from with this question. What do we do with all of the information we provide here at a briefing like this? Every time we come back, we do this. But when the budget comes to us, these things are not factored into the budget. Now, I have a problem in accounting. Most of the schools in Sino, public schools, are in a deplorable condition. Some of them, no roof. If the roof is there, it's leaking profusely. Because of that, some of the schools are not open. Let's take note of that. The budget is coming to us. Let's look at these things and see how we can address some of the problems that our people are confronted through the budgetary process. There are students who are not in school in Sino at this time because there's no roof over the school building. I'm sure for some of you who follow the social media, you are changing, donating dream to many schools in the county, just to ensure that they have people what they're here to go to school. They should be our responsibility. They should be taken care of in the budget. And emphasize to them so that we do something about that. We look at the education ministry budget, that something is done about the school. Some don't even have chair. Some not even a blackboard they have. They have to intervene to build a school building in one of the second most populated settlement in China that has none. That has dilapidated building. We need to address this through the budget. Please let's do that. In addition to that, our city roads, the roads in the city of Greenville, the third regional county, you see the roads, they are all in a deplorable condition. I brought that to the attention of the Minister of Public Works, and I spoke with the chair on Public Works about that. He promised to help us. I hope that Public Works will help us this dry season so that some work can be done on the city roads. The city of Greenville, the roads are impassable. As it's raining now, the rain is heaviest there at this time. Roads are impassable. In the city, I'm talking about the city of Greenville. And something needs to be done about that. We're going to look at the Public Works budget also about how we attend to these infrastructure issues. Another area of concern is the way we neglect public structures. You go to Sino County, the largest public building in the county, which is the administration building. Very beautiful building before. It's in neglect. Dilapidated. They have not been maintained for I don't know how many years now. You go to the city hall, same thing. You go to a district district administration building, very beautiful building before. Nobody using it now. The one Bhutan, I mean, what kind of problems are all over? Public infrastructure. There's something that we need to do beyond the just talking. To take practical measures to address these problems through the budget. And for me this time, when the budget comes in, the Senator Finley said, I will not vote for any budget that does not provide support to the needs of the people of Sino. Our roads, our city roads, our infrastructure, the administration buildings I spoke about, the schools. Our children have the right, our children have the right to go to school. It's a right, not a privilege, like anywhere else. Yes, sir. So that support must be provided. They want to see that done through the budget. Thank you. The Senator Finley said, I will not vote for any budget that does not provide support to the needs of the people of Sino. Our roads, our city roads, our infrastructure, the administration buildings.
Thank you for this. Senator Lukwe, how are you, Senator? I hope you are not trying to make, as Senator Snow said, that too many in our country, too many in our country, so we can't. All right. The Senate floor is not a place to joke. The Senate floor is not a ground to joke. And what I have realized, and the people of Sino have realized, is that our major problem is ourselves. We that represent our people. The three branches of government, you find the executive and the legislatures working closely together, leaving the executive, leaving the judiciary aside. But we are taking our job very lightly and our responsibility. That is why the people in our country don't like us. That is why they despise us. The executive, when the laws are made, they do not enforce these laws. The laws we make, they do not implement these laws. But because of party politics and affiliation, we all put aside the purpose of why we are here. And why are we here? Is to have our oversight responsibility besides making laws. But we come and we use the floor, as Senator Snow said, to relieve our stress through joking. So we laugh and we joke when we come here because they stress too much. When look at what is happening in Sino County. They labor issues when it comes to the companies that are there. No more employment opportunity are given to our people. Everything is on a contract basis. There are laws that the House and the Senate have made that the executive refused to enforce. When I brought on the floor the issue of our water being polluted by illicit miners and so-called Class B miners taking our Class B license and giving it to foreigners, in the end, the EPA director came before us and said he don't have money in the budget to go and see what is happening in Sino and the water pollution. We did nothing, we walked out of here. Up to today, the waters in our county are being polluted more. The question I ask ourselves is, why do we come here? Why do we leave our homes, put on the nectar, and come here? When we can only affiliate with the executive and associate with them through party affiliation and don't do anything for our people. No one wants to talk about what the executive is doing and how we can stop them from doing it. That joke on the floor. No one wants to talk about what the executive is doing and how we can stop them from doing it. That joke on the floor. I think that is why we are here.
We bring you greetings from the land of sunshine and happiness, the people of Maryland County. The resilient people, people who, even in time of crisis, struggles to continue to move on. I will bring you updates to committees, and then I'll use the last 2 minutes on general issues. For rules order administration, we are currently engaged with the Civil Service Agency for the centralization of the salaries of the central administration. Right after this afternoon, the committee will be meeting with officials of the Civil Service Agency. So colleagues, please join us 2:30. Civil Service will be here. We will have budgetary implication, and so upon completion of an exercise, we'll get back to plenary through the President Pro Tempore. The ad hoc committee on electoral threshold and boundaries delimitation that I chair received the final copies, official copies from Legis. We just distributed them. So please, let's read them. Very shortly, we'll be having all the public hearings involving the National Elections Commission, as well as Legis for our final determination. Now, having said that, let me move to general issues. The general issues, there are two issues I want to talk about briefly. One is at the Governance Commission. A few minutes ago, we tried to ascertain as to whether there was a vacancy at the Governance Commission. For the past 2 years, we've been discussing the Governance Commission, bringing Governance Commission on this floor. And it's for very good reasons. This country fought war for 14 unbroken years. And when we assembled in Accra, we asked ourselves, why did we fight war? We said it was bad governance. Right. For this reason, the CPA, the Accra Peace Accord, established the Good Governance Commission, which later on became the Governance Commission. But we see today the Governance Commission is becoming the grounds for the practice of bad governance. For 2 years, we've had the chairman and the co-chairman that have not come to this Senate for confirmation. In fact, the Supreme Court had ruled that their nomination and appointment was illegal. Yet, they are still in that position, managing and executing the budget that have been approved by this body. We are going for the 3rd year. We're going to go for the 3rd budget. These people are still there. I will make some bit of communication for plenary to invite the Minister of Justice as to why the executive cannot honor and respect the decisions of the Supreme Court of Liberia. The second thing I want to highlight has to do with the applications of the writ law. In 2014, our colleagues that were before us passed a law, the harshest law, that to a large extent went against the interest of men in this country. When we came in 2015, we tried to review it. One of our colleagues tried to propose an amendment. But some of us said, given the prevalent rate of rape in our country, babies were being raped, killed. So we said, let's swallow that bitter pill until we can reverse the trend of rape in our country. Today we see that the Inspector General of Police has introduced a new phenomenon in the application of the rape law. He is asking for DNA test from the American embassy. This country has always trusted the decision of the police in investigation. Why now? So, in this application, are we going to have 2?
1 minute left.
Yes, sir. I'm almost done.
Dispensation.
Are we going to have 2 ways of implementing the rape law? We know we are all at risk. But as men, given what was happening to our daughters, our mothers, our sisters, we decided to swallow that bitter pill. But now, today, we see that the law application is being questioned. So, police, we want to bring this to your attention. We cannot have the application of one law in 2 ways, to use 2 standards to implement one law. We cannot allow these things to happen before us. We know that we are all at risk. But let all of us be equal before the law. Let there be one law. Let there be one application. Mr. President, I want to thank you again
Thank you, colleagues. Let me again say, from the people of Lowland County, we happy to be here, and we happy to continue to be here. God bless you.
Let me firstly give God thanks and appreciation for giving us the opportunity to come here again to do the Liberian people work. During our break, let me firstly give God thanks and appreciation for giving us the opportunity to come here again to do the Liberian people work. During our break, we visited Ghana, and where the community went to do a piece of job. Of course, yes. We went to discuss how best we can build our reserve. Central Bank was there, and we were able to do some study in Ghana where Ghana took her reserve to $32 billion. How did they do it? We practiced to see as to how they did it, and they did it through their natural resources. So we were there, and Ghana transformed her central bank because she apportioned certain part of the resources to her citizens. And very soon I'll be proposing a bill that will give the Class B mine to Liberians exclusively. I hope you will support me in doing that. And right now in Ghana, the Central Bank of Ghana purchases all proceeds that come from small scale mine and send it out of the country. And the effects of that country is so unique. And that's why the economy of Ghana is so balanced. Because if you purchase the gold in cities and sell it in US dollar, you have that financial information coming down and you stabilize the rate. During the break, I went in the county and realized that the elephant issue, and this is going directly to Jivon, Senator Smith. You cannot find our people farming in Cape Town, more especially the upper part of Cape Town today, where the elephants are not given a chance to do anything major. We have said it over and over for the past 4 years, and nothing is done about it. Our people are getting angry, and maybe they will take the law in their hands. Because we have said it, yes, over and over a year, for 4 years. All of us from the upper part of the western region, Senator Boto Kane have said it, Amara, Dabaki and Jomi, I said it in Bushiki, we said it over and over 2 years now. And the Agricultural Committee Chair, up to present, he has 2 or nothing. So we get angry. When I went to the counter, I realized that sometimes we just pass the budget and the executive run the budget and nothing is done in our federal counties. You place in the budget more than 100 million for education and you realize that you cannot find chairs in the school. And they will come back to lawmakers, what are we doing? I'm telling you. What? When education is a priority. I went in certain part of my country and realized that even the roof are all leaking. And the people will ask the lawmakers, you have to roof the building. I have to to say that is part of our job.
1 minute.
But then why are we going to you just said it. You know that? Yeah. So you realize that everything is nearly upside down, and lawmakers are carrying bread that we shouldn't carry. So I wonder how the executive working. But I live in Brazil, and the exercise that public work is carrying on in Brazil is so massive, to the extent that when they break your home, they clear the place and take the debt from there, so that you cannot find the scar of your building without giving the people a dime. And this is serious. There are Liberian people who took loan from Access Bank and other banks around here, and you very soon start family people go to jail. We need to do something about it. The public minister needs to be asked as to how he's doing it and why he's doing it. In fact, where the bill is not even before us. The last thing I want to speak on has to do with the regular statement that Senator Toyin made. I want you to hear that you're watching.
Thank you, Mr. President, distinguished colleagues. Yeah, proceed. Thank you. Mr. President, distinguished colleague, I want to be thankful first of all for allowing us to come back after our break. I'm saying already, don't worry. Don't worry. You know that short board will the company. So you can still not see us. One country is quite stable. One country is quite stable. And we are doing everything to fast track some of our development activities. Mr. President, distinguished colleagues, we want to be thankful to the Joint Committee that through its work we have discovered. Colleagues, Mr. President, distinguished colleague, I want to be thankful first of all for allowing us to come back after our break. I'm saying already, don't worry. Everything to fast track some of our development activities. Mr. President, distinguished colleagues, we want to be thankful to the Joint Committee that through its work we have discovered one of the impediments to our country's development. As we speak, China University holds the biggest concession position in our country. And out of that concession, $1.5 million is due one county every year. 1.5 million. Out of the 3 million are supposed to be distributed among the 3 counties that the concessions affect. From 2015 up to 2025, we put our contribution from China New York at $15 million. $15 million from 2015 up to 2025. Since 2014, China New York decided to close for some reason best known to her. And since then, our remittance, social development remittance, have not been forthcoming. On the record, we have not even received 5 million straight of that 50 million in 10 years. During our investigation by the Joint Committee, we realized that
Channel New York Times found that hosts 25,000 metric ton of petroleum product has been given out, and the volume of petroleum product that went into that particular storage terminals from 2015, the statistics is clear, up to 2025 is a little over 142 million gallons of petroleum product. If you take the average of storage fee up to the point that the committee investigated at 30 cents, you realize that Channel New York tanks alone accumulated $42 million within the 10 years, $42 million from 2015 to 2025. So the county now is preparing. I don't want to speak for Maserati and Magiri. We are preparing a very strong action against Channel New York to remit the over 11 million that she has for Bond County. Magiri is not included. Maserati is not included. So I'm talking about concession issue here, my brother. You're talking about.
Go ahead.
You will sign concession with foreign companies and will be owing 5, 10, 15, 20 millions to a county they operating, failing to cooperate or respond to the social corporate responsibilities. And you go to get report to your colleagues. What effort are you applying? Is it that you go for a break when you come back? So is it that these people are taking money? Because to just sit and allow construction company, to accrue such amount of debt, but yet they are extracting the resources, and we watch it being taken out of Liberia while we sit there. So these are the folks you elected. These are the folks. When we talk about these things, some of you get vexed, but we have to bring it to your doorsteps.
No, I say every time we have Natl since when, then you just got to know that Natl has not performed. We just got to know that Channel New York has not performed. So, that's the issue. And we have a very tough stand on Channel New York. Thankfully, Channel New York is back, and I think they may start operation very special. One county is quite stable. One county is everything to fast track some of our development. We want to be thankful to the Joint Committee that through its work we have discovered one of the impediments to our county's development. As we speak, Channel New York still hold the biggest concession position in our country. And out of that concession, $1.5 million is due Bond County every year. 1.5 million. Out of the 3 million that's supposed to be distributed among the 3 counties that the concessions affect. From 2015 up to 2025, we put our contribution from Channel New York at $15 million. $15 million from 2015 up to 2025. Since 2014, Channel New York decided to close for some reason best known to her. And since then, our remittance, social development remittance, have not been forthcoming. On the record, we have not even received 5 million straight of that 50 million in 10 years. During our investigation by the Joint Committee, we realized that Channel New York Times found that hosts 25,000 metric ton of petroleum product has been given out, and the volume of petroleum product that went into that particular storage terminals from 2015, the statistics is clear, up to 2025 is a little over 142 million gallons of petroleum product. If you take the average of storage fee up to the point that the committee investigated at 30 cents, you realize that China Junior tanks alone accumulated $42 million within the 10 years. $42 million from 2015 to 2025. So the county now is preparing. I don't want to speak for Maserati and Magiri. We are preparing a very strong action against China Junior to remit the over 11 billion that she has for Bon County. Magiri is not included. Maserati is not included. So I'm talking about concession issue here, my brother. You're talking about.
Go ahead.
Every time you behind the top, since when? No, I say every time you behind the top, since when? Then you just got to know that the top has not performed. Then we just got to know that China Junior has not performed. So. That's the issue. And we have a very tough stand on China Junior. Thankfully, China Junior is back, and I think they may start operation very soon. So we'll be bringing a very forceful documentation to this plenary for China Junior to remit to us our 10 million plus as a social development fund that has accrued over the year. Thank you very much. That China Junior has not performed. So, that's the issue. And we have a very tough stand on China Junior. Thankfully, China Junior is back, and I think they may start operation very soon. So we'll be bringing a very forceful documentation to this plenary for China Junior to remit to us our 10 million plus as a social development fund that has accrued over the year. Thank you very much. Magiri is not included. Maserati is not included. So I'm talking about concession issue here, my brother. You're talking about.
Go ahead.
Every time you behind the top, since when? No, I say every time you behind the top, since when? Then you just got to know that the top has not performed. Then we just got to know that China Junior has not performed. So, that's the issue. And we have a very tough stand on China Junior. Thankfully, China Junior is back, and I think they may start operation very soon. So we'll be bringing a very forceful documentation to this plenary for China Junior to remit to us our 10 million plus as a social development fund that has accrued for allowing us to come back.
Yes, we are here live at the ERJ Ministerial Complex. We're in conversation with the first national chairman of the Liberian community.
Are we together? Yes. As a man, you have to please your wife. You know the reason why? Please don't get no more balance from one by no more. Please don't need to tell my nephew. The mother and my father. So when you bring the harm, I'm the father of Prince. Even though the two of them are country, right? But when you marry a woman and a father, man. How can I go love a Prince and you love to her? You're not disrespect my papa. the Bible says no. But one thing I will tell you, boy, is I will never say that for the children of people to call the woman that the party is not parking. The issue of the very one that there's a training issue. I know I'm going too deep, but I'm appealing to you. The government told me I said we want to buy the school, but we're getting 2.5 million. Eh? They're pretty different way that the government really go back. Eh? From down where they right? Huh? From back. You get Chelsea in America, you get university in America. Bring on you before you die, you rot it. I thought you said that the government, that school year, I'm able to force, I'm able to run it. That school, suppressing me in the money, I can't even make it. Every month, 8,000 to pay the teacher, to do all the work every month. What get that money from? Government giving me yearly 50,000. 50,000 if you divide by 12 months. You go to the money you're doing. You want to run a school for less than 5 months or 6 months to finish. The balance 6 months, where you get money from? Hello? So the result, people were breathing down because of the school. He called that the government. So that the government did not cancel. When he passed out, he called me. He never just called me now. The woman from Natl, the former superintendent wife, just a former wife, Marie. He got a letter to Marie from her and said, "Tell the father that said the Joseph Masawa he communication before he died." So when he told me, I will not let him go, but the school, I will not lie to you. I can't run it because the church in America here to build a branch in Liberia will buy it. The starting point, they said they will give 8 million. Hello? So, when men die, you want the children to suffer behind? Huh? What you make property for? Where for your children to suffer? The legacy we're talking about. So, and they refer to as a head of the family in terms of making proper decisions for them not to suffer. I said the 2.5 million and 8 million is better. I'm not a fair one, say thing. And the government said they want to run the school a different thing.
Last 3 weeks ago, I was invited by the government of Cote d'Ivoire, by one of the senators in Cote d'Ivoire, to come and celebrate the Independence Day with them. While I was on that trip, I decided to follow up on the electricity supply to Liberia. And then we went to a site where they are doing a mega construction. The Chinese are doing a mega construction of transformers as opposed to supply electricity to Liberia. While we were doing the inspection, the senator told me that my colleagues asked me to inform you that the Liberian government is not paying their light bill. That issue was on the floor in the Senate in Cote d'Ivoire 2 times. So they said, since you are going to meet with the senator from Liberia, please remind him that the government of Liberia is not paying their light bill. So I'm bringing this issue to you that we are receiving electricity supply from Cote d'Ivoire, but we are not paying our light bill. By December of this year, the electricity supply from Cote d'Ivoire to Liberia will be regular. Thank you.
Irregular?
Irregular. It has not been regular up to now. It's not regular.
Who have come from the break, and these are some of the issues, but they are there with the oversight, representation, and lawmaking, but they will always go back to report to themselves on these issues. But how these issues are addressed, nobody knows. 0775 919 919 0880 919. This is your long-term program, The Heat on Cool 91.9. I'm sitting in for your user, presenter, and producer, Ambassador J. Natl and Beaver Senior. I'm Weekie Brooks, who's sitting quietly. But on tomorrow, T. Ramel C. Johnson celebrates a birthday of Police Academy, and it comes from her father, Ruben Johnson Senior, known as Dobat Fire. And let me say happy pre-birthday to my own darling, who celebrates his birthday on a Tuesday of next week, the 21st. Let's talk to our first caller on the line. You're live. Okay, 0775. Let's talk to this caller. You're live. Please go ahead. Let me talk to this caller. Your line is bad. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, that's Ambassador Weekie.
Yeah, you're welcome.
This is the first of Luton Women Sankey and various of Jesuit students from most of the country. Ambassador Weekie, what I observed and I heard, most of the Senate, they are shaping blame on the executive. And then they are the Senate. So they don't have the power to summon the executive.
But these are the very same people that can confirm people when the president nominate or appoint where applicable of confirmation. These are the people who can. But they said the oversight, but they throwing all of the debt at the executive or the judicial branch of government. So where do we go?
The executive come up, whatever the Sunday are saying against them, what is true? So the executive had to come up and go off. I say 4 or the Sunday we don't 4 or 5. All of them are saying blame on the executive. The executive. But then why is it all the current in the county? What they can cancel? No, we are taking so many money. We are
yeah, but you listen to Prince. You're talking about a solar meter or channel you owing 11 million plus over the period of time, and how can you sit and allow such amount of money to reach to that level in terms of debt? Let's talk to this caller. Good afternoon, you're live. This is The Heat.
Okay, good afternoon. It is Tommy and I'm calling from where this afternoon. You know, it's a pity to have our elders speaking the way they speak. You know, if you call it for 2014 to present, and you bring in the House of Representatives and to the Senate, and you say, China, you know, only this amount of money. So why have you overspent? Why do you want to bring the identity all when people got the power to checkmate the identity? People that have been confirmed, that people confirm that the president got right to nominate, and people say they don't have a good money or not confirm the person. And you also got oversight, we over this bureau over this. If you are working your bureau of economists, you don't care to use business for your personal money. How will one company owe that number of money that you are pronouncing a laborious that don't agree something? So it's a period of that.
And that money that they owe to a single county or most, one county.
Yeah, a single county. You know what I mean? So why are you doing all of the year like the big club and the grown people? So your employers are the ones suffering. You can't say anything about anything towards the country. After 4, 5, 6 years, then you say that you can't report to who? To yourself? What are you doing to checkmate these people? Look, that's one time it's difficult to talk about it. These guys have to come back to their feet and be able to know that they are representing.
But I think we're doing these people work, educating the Liberian people, but yet nobody want to appreciate what they're not giving out anything, because these are some of the things.
Anybody hate you guys, anybody, I will say the one, I will swear them. Anybody hate this station, I will swear them and I will swear that generation. When the thing you are bringing to us, other people bringing to us, to go and be president. That they cannot say that other people want to listen to. To make the country better, nobody cares. We want to abuse. And what want to do about developing this country?
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. Your life.
Yeah, Ambassador. Thank you so much. This is Jim. I'm calling you from Europe. Yeah, thank you so much. I can't go on your show. I want to listen to the show. I'm one year, but this thing, many people catch me. Can you imagine for the 2,000 million to be friends, to be friends, I didn't because that anyone with a family to tell the president, my uncle was a point to that position, and my brother was a point to that position. I was, no, come on. So thank you so much for the show.
Thank you as well. You're live.
Good afternoon, the information back of therapy.
You're welcome. What's up? Let's hear you quickly.
Thank you so much. Information folks, I'd like to say thank you. Whatever that we have heard today, we go back to the city. This is the news of the Senate, of our city. All of that belongs to us when it comes together. No matter what the place of different things, or what the rather Lima, whatsoever. What the thing we feel we be for them is the best. For the thing, yet still we are not seeing the best of them. We still see us struggling when it comes to president. Senators are people that take large, that do large, and is supposed to do best of the country. But yet still, the citizens of the country are not getting the hope to go up to them. So that's fine. Thank you.
You're welcome. Let's talk to this caller. You live?
Yes.
Please go ahead, sir.
Yes, thank you. My name is Prince Fatima, and joined on the Gandhi Legal Center MD.
Go ahead.
Let me appreciate you for all of your excellent experience. Weekie, I think it is unfortunate people for whom we left as example to the nation and others of this country are trying to on the contrary to enrich and satisfy their own personal ego. I think these guys need to be serious. Because this entire country today, I was shopping today, we are all going, it is because we have a legislative friend that is not expected and they don't really understand or know their kind of culture is not available for which they were elected for. So I think these are all evidence for which most of these guys come straight into the because they are of no help and they are of no use to this country. How can you say that we are over there before really allow somebody to come in and do things on their own and you guys cannot get them? I think it is unfortunate. But thank God that today we will be getting some of these things from the House of Representatives or the House of Senate so that we will know who and which kind of person to invest comes to us, and I think everything.
You're welcome. Let's talk to this caller. Good afternoon.
Hi, how are you?
Go ahead.
Yeah. My name is Daniel. Calling from Chicago.
Daniel, please go ahead.
Yeah, I'm somebody who is a leader in this country. That is clear that you play with the face they want to do. Yeah, I was trying to tell you, what kind of social media found your father every 2 days listening. She was doing. Oh no, I'm only wanting to cover exposure.
Let's talk to this caller. You live?
Hello.
Yeah, good afternoon. Go ahead.
Thank you, Weekie. I just said it all. Let me tell you something. I believe the executive because why? The executive will pass every to the people, even when they will pass law, they will not pass law, they will wait or they will delay, then when they go back and then they come for recently. That recently money when they give to them, even at 2 or 4 days, will be equivalent to 1 more day. There's not big corruption like they do to us in the country yet. Then we stand on there, they say they can blame on president. They bring the shame on them. They don't want to pass the law. They don't want to get this and they even call the president to whatsoever any like impeachment. They got the power to do so. They want to be the president. So that way they can't say that we can't say what they call you or the military who can't say what they call you. Thank you for putting me there.
Yeah, let's talk to other callers. You live?
Yeah, good afternoon, my great like people. I'm Eric, you cannot play, We can say that people will continue to be crying and will really put on our food and something in the country. Because it's not a full about the law because they are not here of anything in this country, but you know the government will not ask to all the control and action. People all the way to the people. They will still put the control and action because they want to see something there, they want to see that one without matter. So they will continue to be crying, they stay there, they stay there, they will say 11 people are senator, they will say 11 people are president, they will say 11 people are president. So they will continue to be crying like people, they are here, very hard. They want to let people so thank you for the opportunity to continue to be crying.
You're welcome. Let's talk to this cutter. Good afternoon. You're live. Go on.
My name is Emmanuel Wele. Yeah, my brother, thank you for the chapter discussion this afternoon. The only thing I can see is the Senate, not the Senate. They are not serious. They are not doing well for the Liberian people. Some of the things I heard that they are true to become president for this nation tomorrow. But then why would we do to act? You will share the senator. You do not do. You will speak for the citizen. Come on, you can't in the nation. You will do your own thing. You will do so because when you are a president tomorrow, what do? You dress up. You dress up. Thank you for the information. That is not serious.
Let me talk to all the callers on the line this afternoon. Yeah. 0775-919-919. Let me talk to this caller on the line. You're live.
Hello, sir.
You're welcome.
Yeah, my name is Chukwuma Martin. I'm calling from here. You see, what we say is that we say the public can come from the capital of the Indian. Why the people must say that the company is owing all that amount? What executive is saying money for to develop another country? When a company that comes from they can work here and land the company to go out for money. For what? And the supposed to develop the country. Look at that. When money that comes up because you see that you went to the school and they give you the grant and the point you can see and family. So that's what that we because they are not there for the people. They are there for their friends. You see the laughing, they think they they're working at us. Thank you.
Let's talk to this caller. You're live.
What's up?
But again, complain about my enemy.
I hear a problem. You know, I come here and do. They don't do it. The minute you got my police book, in a process. That's the reason that you take family. Because the way you get good them, you live the day of country. Quality. You're full of because they don't know why you're not paying them. The boy who can take care of you. I feel what I'm saying. Because if you don't know which one I'm at, it's there enough for. They don't actually take money. And they come in there and say, oh, they're family and come and pray. So you won't. But what are you doing? I know what you're doing.
Okay, thank you. Let me talk to this caller. You're live.
Hello.
Go ahead.
Okay. Let me tell you something. The way you talk about every topic, you display it. The men told me that they need a order to steal. Even though I don't go and come in, I don't agree with you with whatever you can see without saying it's something one or another thing. But the man told me that they can steal another thing, was they do? If you come from the water and then you see the alligator plant, I is not potato because the alligator plant, I will not plant, the alligator will swallow that fish. So let's take it for content, let's take it for true what you can go back and say, we don't have to do development here, or you get there, sort it through at least to say that now we want more. We don't get time for it.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for being part of the conversation. And you know, there is this thing I want to talk shortly before we go. You know, we got Monica Abigail Swan, who is Miss Liberia, what we call Miss Earth right now. And other countries around the world are traveling, but the government of Liberia yet to commit any money so far. We saw the folks from the United States, lawmakers contributing in other countries to make sure that these people go to represent, you know, on the global stage. Please. And for her, she's advocating for a clean, safe, dignified sanitation for all people, especially in underserved or vulnerable communities. So Miss Earth 2025 would need the support of the Liberian government and folks from the business community, the private sector, or whatever, that she gets there to represent us. I'm going to talk about this thing more on tomorrow. That we raise some funds, ticket already there, but accommodation and other things, we must be able to handle this matter. We can't say these things while others are doing these things and we keep playing with it. With that said, that's how I draw the curtains on this edition of your favorite lunchtime program, The Heat. And we have certainly been sitting in for Ambassador Natl, who's not faring well. T. Nicholas Bagley been here controlling the videos and sounds, and I'm Weekie Brooks. Have yourself a wonderful, wonderful afternoon.
So those who want to say, case, you're going to this, who have take their side to Koga to say, do this, he left with his leadership to run how he want to run his leadership ability within the country.
So you say the senator describing people as so-called elders and so-called chiefs of Lima County. What does that mean for your office as reputable people of the county?
These are the same so-called elder chief traditional leaders that made him senator today. You all saw what we did behind Senator Koga. You all saw the efforts and even the journey. Everyone of us did not sleep. We did not rest. Some of us was around for a good 7 days. We are even taking it back. We are even going to lock down and have a rest. Just to make Senator Koga a senator today, so the legacy of Senator Johnson cannot die down to say, oh, Senator Johnson suffered in the country and he did not end his term. So after election, 1 year period, 2 years, he passed out and he took the position for a home and gave it to another person or in another district. That's what we were fighting to do. And I did thank God, because if we could not do shots, if the vice president could not tell us that Kerry Koga, people could look at it negatively. They're going to print the vice president of the country different, that he don't like the district of Koga or Senator Johnson from. The times people will say it. That's how he talked to us, so that we can make him. And it's how we went ahead and made him as a senator. So if today you can come out to say what you say, as far as concerned, Nima always have one single leader where you have been when. So Senator Johnson time, the Godfather position today, what people are saying, Godfather. We did not make Senator Koga, Senator replace Johnson to get Godfather title. No. Let's get that clear today. Absolutely, let's get it clear today. So Senator Johnson title that was given to Senator Kuhn is to become senator and end his term. If he ended the rightful way, we will give his own term to him. If we don't go ahead and proceed rightfully, after Senator Johnson's term, we will make another decision and make another deal.
So finally, the senator also said you guys have been dismissing elders or traditional leaders in